kommen wir denn hier hin? Keine Ahnung. Warte mal. Da geht's, glaube ich, schon direkt raus. Dann können wir mal hier gucken, was da ist. Speichern wir vorher nochmal. Man weiß ja nie, was da drunter liegt. Bestimmt ist so eine Nase drunter versteckt. Oh. Grober Sarung. Ja, was bringt das? So. Brauchen wir das? Hat das vielleicht... Naja, das haben die alle. Die haben alle Sarung des Quellenjägers, also.
Here lies Rocky. Doc, it's only a scratch.
Ich wusste es. Wolfsschrecken. Komm, dann kann man noch ein bisschen EP farmen. Auch wenn es wahrscheinlich nicht viel ist, aber gucken wir mal. Vernichtende Faust. So, der ist schon mal out of order. So wie das. Attacke. Können wir denn Schönes machen? Resistenzen verringern. Ach, brauchen wir nicht eigentlich, ey. Schockierende Berührung machen wir mal. Berührung. Hallo?
Come on,
Strange.
lad. Speak your piece.
Strange indeed.
Who wants to be judged? Strange. Strange indeed.
Achso, ich muss mit dem...
A mortal! Aha! Well, surely I don't have to tell you how much better a life or death here in Rivellon is compared to a dreadful eternity in the Hall of Echoes. Beats me. We're hardly the only Sicilians lost at sea. But there's some strange magic afoot of late. The dead can't seem to stay that way. We were all aboard a ship, headed from Arata to fair Sicile. But upon our return, the lighthouse failed to shine its light. We were lost upon the rocks and flung far and wide upon the tempestuous waves.
Aha.
The name's Ebenezer. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Ist Ebenezer nicht ein
Probably been meeting some sad souls
Titel
around here, but I sure as hell ain't
von
one of them.
Adligen? Glaube ich.
In life, my interests were soft weathers, southern vintages, sun-ripened afternoons, and ample-fleshed companions. Each sense was a source of new and familiar pleasures, and I luxuriated in them all. As a ghost, I admit that many of those pleasures evade me, but Rivellon still smacks of life more than the Hall of Echoes could. Though half the fun of fun is sharing
Halle
your
der
exploits
Seelen.
with an eager ear, you know? Oh, what I'd give to find my little buddy again. The best listener I ever had the pleasure of regaling. The final resting place for those deemed worthy of paradise. Paradise after life? Ha! Look around. Paradise is opening your eyes. Or in my case, gazing through the ectoplasm and seeing the wide, wild world around you. Can you imagine anything worse than being stuffed up into oblivion with the rest of the dead? Ah, give me tragedy, chaos, beauty, and delight. My companions would do well to stop pining and start enjoying, no? The ship that sunk and turned us all into phantoms, she was home to a sweet old tomcat, Oscar by name, who'd curl up cozy as can be on my pillow. We shared many stormy nights while I scratched his little chin and whispered stories of my youthful exploits. But I reckon cats don't stay on as ghosts after they pass.
Das ist doch eine
Because the
Katze.
little furball is nowhere to be seen.
War doch gerade da.
That, or the lucky bastard managed to survive the wreck. He was a scrappy old fellow after all.
Ah ne, eine Ratte war das.
There's something to it.
Gibt's.
Judged by a
Hallo?
panel of stony-faced gods. In Rivellon.
I'm almost certain I saw Ebenezer's old cat in the King Crab Inn, but that's impossible, isn't it?
The sights, the sounds, the
Ist das die
chaos.
Katze von dem?
Who'd give all this up for oblivion? That's it, kiddo. Explore as much as you can while you've got that youth. The ship that sunk and turned us all into phantoms, she was home to a sweet
Oscar.
old tomcat. But I reckon cats...
Müssen wir nachher mal gucken. Oscar, die Katze des Ebenezers.
Who wants to be judged by a panel of strange indeed. In Rivellon, we are our own judges.
Strange indeed.
This ghostly form is the
Scharfe
finest
Sense.
blessing we can hope for.
Strange.
Oh,
The sound,
die ist krass. Zweihändig. Die ist gut für die.
all this up for oblivion.
Kannst mal ruhig sein jetzt, ey. Fliegenpilz, alte Lederkappe des Lebens.
Who wants to be judged
Und anscheinend
by a
habe ich wieder nichts auf, ne?
stony-faced
Nö,
gods?
warum auch.
In Rivellon, we are our own judges.
Dann nehme ich das jetzt.
This ghostly form is the
Und das
finest
sind die.
blessing we can hope for. The sights, the sounds, the chaos. Ah, who'd give all this up?
Hat aber 6 AP Kosten, ne? Stufe 8.
There's something to it, isn't there?
Who wants to be judged by a panel of stony-faced gods?
Go on then,
In Rivellon,
Oh,
we
komm.
are our own judges. This ghostly
Das
form
behalten wir
is
aber
the
trotzdem, ne?
finest blessing we can hope for. The sights, the sounds, the chaos. Ah, who'd give all this up?
Wegpunktschwein. Alte Kirche. Dann können wir direkt mal zur Königskrabbe gehen. da. Hier. Hallo? Das ist aber Sam. Das ist nicht Oscar. Oder gibt es hier noch eine andere Katze? Vielleicht oben oder so?
What's with you bipeds and beer? No better drink than milk. By all means. I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank, and I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in. Been the king crab's foremost patron ever since. A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right beneath the lighthouse.
Deswegen heißt der unsinkbare Sam.
I must say, for no light was shining from
Aber das hieß der heißt doch
The
Oscar.
moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and so I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats I used to hunt in the galley. And there I was, all alone. Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine. Oscar, you say? I haven't been called Oscar in ages. Boy, does that bring back memories. It's the I remember him rewarding me with bacon every time I caught another rat. And I remember listening to a fellow called Ebenezer, who used to tell me the wildest stories. A strange bird that
1080 EP,
used to
nice.
indulge in every pleasure of life like there was no tomorrow. Guess there was no tomorrow for him, come to think of it. He would talk everyone's ears off about the delights of fine dining, his fascination with new fashions, about the elation of lovemaking, and so on and so forth. To me, though, never suspecting his revelations would be stored in my mind.
Wenn das einer sieht, dass ich hier mit einer Katze am Labern bin.
Sides of his indulgent character.
Ja.
Fine dining, on human flesh even. New fashions, sure, even if they meant the annihilation of a species for its hides. Lovemaking, indeed. But sometimes the girls were very young and suffered delicate tortures. Some died in his special chambers, but would still be used. A strange bird, as I'm sure you'll agree. If he were a bit smaller, I might have caught him like I would a sparrow and rid the world of his hidden evils. Maxine, the mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's one of a kind, that cat. She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts.
Cool. Katzenliebe. Der Priester der irdischen Freuden. Wir sprachen mit dem unsinkbaren Sam bzw. Oscar, dem Schiffskater, und er erzählte uns von Emils wilder Vergangenheit. Mhm. Können wir nochmal mit Maxine sprechen? Was ist das denn hier? Hm. Aber erstmal gehen wir ein bisschen was verkaufen. Damit wir wieder Cash kriegen. Weil ich brauche auch unbedingt Wasser- und Eispfeile, am besten Eispfeile. Damit ich gegen diesen Typen kämpfen kann da. Kann auch ein bisschen was verkaufen. Oh, das habe ich noch gar nicht. Erdstab, ach komm schon. Oder warte mal. Der bringt nichts ein, ne? Komm, da brauche ich eh nicht. Brauche ich auch nicht.
Quiet day on the market, it seems.
Steigert bei euch und Einfamilien in eurer Nähe der Fertigkeit, Glücksbringer und die kritische Trefferwahrscheinlichkeit. Ach ja. Na, gucken wir mal. So, 1103 bekommen wir. $1900 haben wir jetzt insgesamt. Gucken, ob die Eispfeiler hat. Die spare ich mir dann auch auf für diesen großen Eispfeil. Wasserpfeil. Die brauche ich unbedingt.
Let's see. Halibut, sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
So, mehr hat die leider nicht. 224 will die. Komm, gehen wir mal ein paar gequetschte noch. Dann gehen wir noch mal zum Gasthaus. Oder wir können auch immer mit der Maxine sprechen direkt. Im Anschluss. Wo ist denn die? Da.
Oh, you haven't left town yet, have you? Jolly good. Oh, he's a darling old Tom, isn't he? Paws over tails in love with me, and who can blame him? The feeling's, well, it's rather mutual,
Kein roter
actually.
Heller.
But that pet of a puss simply doesn't have a penny to his name.
Ist wahrscheinlich
At the risk of
Geld.
sounding as shallow as a spaniel, I can't but admit my love does not come unconditionally. What if we were to have kittens, he and I? They'd jolly well starve, wouldn't they, with an alley cat for a papa? Oh dear Sam, he's such a good old bean. But he does rather reside at the bottom of the scratching pole, doesn't he? And dear me, one must have at least a mite of standards. I'm the mayor's cat, don't you know? Born and raised on velvets and viands of most exquisite varieties. Maxine rhymes with queen, after all, and dearest. That is hardly a coincidence. But of course, darling, be my guest.
euch einen Hund genannt habt.
Oh, my golly gumdrops, he did what? The nerve of the man. I knew he was hard of hearing and soft of wit, but this is a new low even for him. Oh, do calm down, Maxine. Compose yourself. Envision a calm ocean filled so plentifully with fish they positively flounder on the beach. There we are. Indignation has been dispelled. No longer do I care that booby of a mayor called me the C word. A nervous twitch suddenly makes Maxine's whiskers wiggle. I don't care in the least.
Cool. So, gehen wir nochmal dahin.